Welcome back to the coding pills. Just like taking small pills of knowledge every day. In this video, we are going to create exception related things. So for that, first of all, we need a response structure, which is used to wrap the status and the data related things. Okay, let's open to the response structure. Why we need this? Just here, just give you the. So basically, it helps to send the data with the status and the message in one response. Okay. So here, let me create a int private between private. What are the fields we need here? Private int status code, status code, status code. Again, after this private int message, which we want to throw messages. Sorry, int not there. It should be a string string string. And after this, to save the data in the response way, we need a string private uh, type of data. Okay. And to access this private fields, we need a constructor and getters and setters. So let's create a first thing is a default constructor. Go to the source and generate constructor. Deselect all and generate it. This is the first one is our default constructor, default default constructor. And after this, you also need a parameterized constructor. So let's create the sources, generate a sorry sources. Oh, sorry again, guys. Generate constructor using field and generated. After this, you also need a getters and setters. Just generate the getters and setters here. Select all and generate it. After this, by using this, we can wrap the data in a structured way or a standardized way. So it helps to send the data with the status and message in a fun response. How you will understand when we creating the our exception package, exception related things. So let's move to the exception package now. Okay, so let's come back to the exception package, and this is the contact not found exception. When this and this we have to extend as a custom exception, which is called a runtime exception. So whatever the exceptions will be occur in the runtime, we have to manage through this. Okay. So when we extend it to the contact not found exception to the runtime exceptions, we'll getting all the method inside of this contact not found exceptions. Okay. So here to remove this yellow line, just add this just mouse over here and add default serial version ID. Okay, which is not needed, but just avoid that yellow line. I just provide this. After this, you need a constructor here that is called a super constructor. We can say as well. So just here, go to the source and generate a constructor will not provide. Okay, we need to super call statement. So source generate a constructor from a super class. As you can see here, there are too many options present here. So we need a only one which having only messages. So as you can see here in the fourth one is a runtime exception which will be having only one values that is a string. So I just select this and other will be deselected. Okay, just generated. So this exception is this constructor is generated. How to know that this is a constructor? Because of the same name as your class name is called a constructor, and the constructor does not have a return type. It is a special type of method is called a constructor. Okay, so now this part is done, By using this super call statement, we'll get throw the message which we want to throw. How? We have to handle these exceptions. I just write this constructor here, but by using this constructor, we will get the states of the runtime exception, right? How to do that? So let's come back to the contact exception handler. And now the beauty is, let's suppose this is the contact exception handler. But how to understand Spring Boot? To understand this is a exception package, this is the exception class which is handling the exceptions. We need to annotate it as a controller advice. CONTROLLER controller advice. Okay. This will know that this is the exception class and which we need to handle the exception. So whatever the things required for this classes, it will be providing by these annotations. Okay. And after this, we need to first method will be there. That is our exceptional handling method. So public response entity and the name is itself is present in a Spring framework.http. If you know that a Spring Web dependency, by using that, the features is coming that response entity which is present in org.springframework.http. Here inside of this we have to wrap the our response structure to get a response in a manner way. RESP RESP response structure. And where is that? As you can see here in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth place response structure, which is present in org.springboot.contactmanagementsystem.entity. If you know that, actually this is present in our entity package. As you can see here in the entity package, we will be having a response structure. And inside of this, the method is type of the method is a string type. Let's come here. Type is a string. Now we have to provide the exception name. So handle contact not found exception, and the argument which you have to need it is a contact exception handler. So just creating the contact exception, contact not found exception class will be creating the object of the contact exception class, and then here exception, and then inside of this we'll be wrapping the our response. So what will be the response we will getting? So when we throw this, when we use this method or this exception in the any service class, we'll be getting the response in a structured way. Okay. So first one is a structure. Sorry, uh, response structure, creating the object of the response structure string. The structure is equal to new response structure. Okay, and with semicolon. After this, we have to wrap the our all the things. So if you remember that response structures having these three fields, just use that field in that exception handler. How to use it? Because of this getters and setters, it will be providing the all the related things inside of the uh, contact exception handler can use those fields here or properties here. So structure dot set message. And if you remember that contact not found exception class having a constructor of a super class, which is a runtime exception class. Okay, just get this message inside of this exceptional handler. How to get it? By using this exception object. If you see, this is a contact not found exception, which is the object of this class, and here is the exception, and this here just using that exception object dot get message. If you see that the get message is present in a throwable, returns to the details message string and throwable. So just get message. So we will be getting the message in our runtime. When the error is occurs, this message is coming there. Then after this structure dot set data to be null, and then structure, because when you are when you are throwing the throw the error will not storing any data, so that's why the data will be null, and the status code we will be getting a status code is http status dot not found. When the exception occurs, it will be throw the exception not found. Okay, and the return it return uh, same as here. Copy this line, Control C. Structure http status dot not found. Okay, and with semicolon. Return as well as new here. Okay. Now this method is completed, but still, how to know that this is the specifically exceptional handling? For that, here you have to need a one more annotations called exceptional handler. Exception handler control space. Inside the exceptional handler will accept the which class of the exception is true. The exception is which class of exception this is? This is a contact not found. So just copy this class here inside of this parenthesis, just paste it and dot class. So now this controller advice class will be understand this exception is a contact not found exception class, and you have to throw this exception, okay, by using a response structure. Still, if you are getting confused when the time of using this these features in a service class, you will be understand what I am trying to say. Okay, don't worry about it. If you are getting headache, just take a rest and come back again and start the project. Okay, if you are a first time user, you will be getting a too much headache. But after getting familiar with this, you will be getting enjoy or every single time. So so the exception is also completed here. So so that's all about this videos. Thank you for watching Coding Pills, just like taking small pills of knowledge every day.